I'm getting emotional because during Good Day Chicago in the 9 o'clock hour, you were a part of you were a part of a really great segment that I did not get to be a part of, but now I do.
Right.
You were brilliant on Good Day Chicago just 15, 20 minutes ago.
Exactly.
Ryan Plunkett is here, and Plunk_N_grind.
Plunk and grind.
If you were curious on social medias. Okay, so we're talking about tricks, but also a lounge that you helped create.
Yeah, the Chicago Magic Lounge. So it's this amazing magic venue, a venue specifically for the art of magic. A whole host of magicians perform there, local, international. It's almost become kind of a stomping ground for magic to see in Chicago. So I'm happy to be a part of it, and luckily I'm happy to be here to show you guys some magic this morning as well.
I've been out there many, many times. It's one of my favorite spots in the city, and it's so great because it's just big enough to get a good crowd, to get that reaction, but also intimate enough that you kind of feel like you're talking to me.
Yeah, we want you to get as close as you can with the people around you.
And as you're sitting down, you come into the tables and
exactly,
everything. But one thing I always appreciate you guys is it's never just magic. It's never someone walking on stage.
The ambiance too.
And also it's a performance. Like you have to be a little bit funny. You got to sort of tell a story. Like in a way, you're you use the word perform. You're performing much more than just magic.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And lucky for us, the building is amazing, right? So you come into this beautiful space, and it does a lot of our storytelling for us, right? Chicago has a deep history of magic, and we have beautiful posters from the golden era, and we have all these artifacts in our library or museum. So you really get a sense of how steeped magic is in this city, and it's wonderful to be a part of its resurgence and to help bring magic to everyday people. So I love it. It breaks down the barriers. It gets people into the theater and seeing magic, which I love.
And you call it old-fashioned magic.
Yeah, so the show I'm producing is called Old Fashioned Magic. I've gotten to tour it all over the country, but I feel really blessed to be able to bring it back home and do it in a club, our pirate ship of sorts. So I'm really happy to be producing my show there, and we're doing it for 3 months every Wednesday. So it's July, September, August, September, 3 months every Wednesday, and I'm blessed to be there. So.
What other acts do you guys have? I know that you guys had the viral magician that did the Dove act. Everyone loved that on TikTok.
Spellbinder, absolutely.
Yeah. What other acts do you guys have?
It's all magic. But it's all walks of life. It's magic like the Spellbinder, which is birds and big and showy, or you have real close-up magic that happens at your fingertips, right in front of your face. So it's all magic, but it's every corner of magic, if you will, right? All sorts of different applications to magic and different approaches.
What is the balance of people? I was saying earlier that I very much don't want to know how these tricks are done.
Sure,
I do.
I want, but see, and then you have people that do. What is the balance between like, hey, I just want to believe in the magic versus no, tell me exactly how you did that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's hard to give you exact numbers, but I always tell people to just experience it. Let it wash over you. You can almost see the engineers. You can see the engineers in the room. You can see the gears turning.
It's wild.
But you have to remember that, like, even if they're like they look grumpy, it's like they're blown away. They don't know how to process it, right? It's a moment that takes you out of your everyday experience. And so for some people, they get very quiet. They get very small. They don't know how to fathom the thing that's happening in front of them. But for some people, it's big. But I think even if you're skeptical, even if you're like really trying to figure stuff out, there's a moment where you just kind of forget and you drop your shoulders and you just relax. And that's the moment where you really start to have fun and you start to really get into the show. And
so you showed us a trick earlier, which I think you're going to show us again with some coins. Is that your specialty, or do you do other kinds
I
of
do all sorts of magic. I love magic with cards and coins and close-up. But I also love, the idea of these old like English drawing rooms, gathering in these tight little spaces and doing magic for a group of people, right? And so the magic then has to be different. It can't be here, it has to be here. And so there's all sorts of magic. And the thing about the lounge is you see every kind of magic there, right? You'll see magic behind the bar, you'll see magic close up, you'll see magic on stage, and then there's, on the weekends we have another theater in the back called the 654 Club where you can see even more intimate, closer magic. So it's every kind of magic in one place. I love it.
Which one of your tricks is the crowd favorite?
It's hard for me to answer that question. I present the show.
Which one are you getting the oohs and ahs?
For me, I love the coin trick I showed you in the last segment. That's one of my favorite pieces. It brings me good memories.
And we're all a bunch of jaded television people, and we all were very deeply
shocked.
Impressed.
Should we get into it?
Yeah, should we do some magic?
Let's do it.
I think so. We'll jump on in. We'll do some magic. We'll do a card trick. How about that?
Okay.
We've done some magic with coins. We'll do magic with some cards. But I want to start simple, okay? We'll start with maybe these. These are just a couple of cards. Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5 of spades. Now, this is more of an observation test. I say at night that this is a sobriety test, but it's the morning time. We're here, we're doing magic.
I've been to the lounge. I know what you're talking about.
Exactly. Now, the only thing you have to remember in order to make all of this work is that the ace of spades is always the card on top. Okay. If you remember that one little fact, you can never lose. Okay. Are you ready to play?
I am.
Ready.
All right, here we go.
I'm going to Vegas tomorrow, man. So
this is perfect.
I need a little practice.
Well, this game I clearly made up, but good luck in Vegas. Are you ready? Here we go.
All right, let's go.
Round one.
Yep.
Jake, what card is on top?
Ace of spades.
Okay, he is listening. I just want to make sure he is listening. But that means that the second card...
The bar is so low for me. Everyone's like, oh, he did it.
Is always the 2. Second card is the 2, okay? Third card will always be the 3. The 4 is the 4. Fifth card is the 5 of spades, right? Sure. Like I said, as long as you know what card is currently on top, you cannot lose.
Okay.
My move is first. You ready? Here we go. That's the whole move. That right there.
Okay.
What card is on top?
5.
Okay, no, I just told you. The ace of spades is always the card on
I told
top.
you.
But look, if that's true, that means that the second card is the 2, yes?
Yes.
Okay, very good. After that 2, the third card is the?
3.
Yeah. Now look, if this is the 4, what card is after the 4?
5.
Right, but isn't this on top?
What?
Okay,
oh,
look,
ace.
we have the ace on top, meaning the second card is
Come
the
on.
2, the
Oh
3 in the
gosh.
middle. That 4 is here, and that 5 is all the way on bottom.
Wow.
And to be fair, this is not much of a game. This is more of a con, right? Don't play this game.
Okay.
But I'm going to show you how it works, right?
So much money in
Say,
Vegas.
Jake, say you take that ace.
Yes.
And it goes somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
The cards are smart enough to know to always correct themselves.
Right.
Meaning that ace always rises back up to the top.
How did you do that?
Okay, you know what you're looking for.
I know what I'm looking
Watch
for.
close. You ready?
Okay.
That ace goes way down here in the middle. Yes?
Yes.
You wait just a moment, and again, every single time, it always rises back. Now, people assume I have extra aces, so watch the 2 this time, okay? It's the same exact thing. That 2 goes way down here on bottom. You wait just a moment, and again, every single time, that 2 rises back to the top. Now, I know it's hard to follow.
People behind the scenes going, no.
It's hard to follow with them face down. So look, we'll do it face up. Okay. You ready?
Okay.
We'll give all of those cards a little shuffle, so none of them are where they should be, right?
Okay.
If these were going to be in order, that ace would be here on top, right? The 2 would be here. The 3 is here, the 4 there, 5 all the way on bottom. I mean, literally everything has to change. Or we do it like this. If you take one card from the middle, the ace of spades, the moment it goes on top, it's done. Because after that ace, we have the 2.
How did you do that?
Following that 2 is the 3, then it's the 4. And last but not least is that 5
literally
of
on the
spades.
ground.
Any questions, Jake?
So more of reactions that I can't say because we'll get fined by the FC. It's a lot of words that I think that we're
better
all
left
thinking
unspoken,
exactly
right? Exactly.
Yeah.
Better left unspoken.
You're amazing.
Wow.
Well, look, this is a game, but we'll try to do a little bit of magic as well, right? Look, we'll lose those cards back into the deck. Now, before I go too much further, I want to make a few predictions out of the pack of cards. So we'll do it like this. I'm going to use a card maybe near the bottom of the deck, one near the middle, one near the top. These are going to be my predictions. I'll come back to those in just a second. Until then, we need a random place in the deck. So I'm going to have you help me.
Okay.
We'll give them a little shuffle. I want you just to say the word stop for me as I deal through them.
Got
okay?
it.
Anytime you'd like.
Stop.
Ooh, immediately. You waited no moment. Okay. I'm going to give you one more option.
We only have an hour on the show, man.
You can either have the card we stopped at.
Okay.
You could have the next one. Or if you're so inclined, you could even have the one after that. So 1, 2, or 3.
3.
3. So you don't want the king, not interested in the ace, but you are after, let's see right here, the queen of hearts, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I just want you to know that you made that choice after those cards were set aside. Can we agree?
Agree.
Perfect. Now, here's the thing. If one of these 3 cards is another one of those queens, that might be kind of interesting, yes?
Yes.
Or maybe if 2 of them are queens, that's twice as good. Or if all 3 of those cards are queens, that's not good. That would blow your freaking mind. Yes, Jay?
Yes, it would.
Okay, good. That's not what's happening. That's not what we're doing. I mean, all of these cards are queens. Specifically, you pick that Queen of Hearts. But if you look closer, you'll notice that second card, though it is a queen, specifically it's another Queen of Hearts. It's not just 2 Queen of Hearts. You see the third one down here is also a Queen of Hearts. Or if you look close, right here, that last card is a Queen of Hearts. You see, you left with an impossible thing. You can't have 4 queens in a deck of cards. You only get one of these and one of those. But I'm going to tell you why this works, why this is all super logical. You ready?
Yeah.
All of these queens are from different decks of cards.
Oh.
Can you see the difference? I know you're looking at me like you're crazy or I'm crazy. Maybe somebody's crazy, but no. I'll show you. This queen right here is a little bit more red than these.
Okay.
I know you don't see it, but there's a reason you don't see it. You see, if you take those cards and you shift the perspective in how you see them, now in theory you see them the way I saw them, meaning that that queen really does look just a little bit more red than it was. It's subtle.
How did you do that?
We'll do it again. Look, that second queen. Same thing, right? All it takes that little shift of the packet.
Stop.
A shift in perspective, and that's when that card starts to change.
That's a completely different card.
We'll do it again. Look, the third one. Much like the first 2, a little pass through the hand.
What?
And that makes 3.
Wow.
But the last one, you ready? Look, all it takes is a little spin on the finger.
No.
And it's done.
Stop.
It's done.
No, it's not.
You see, the back of this card
is not red.
is blue. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's from this deck right here. How could it be different? But while this...
That was so good.
But I have to say, while this is interesting, while this is crazy, you see it goes further. You see, if you take all of the cards, you'll notice every single one of those cards starts to change and morph and become something completely different than where they started.
What is happening? How did you do that?
These were all the same color.
I am so wow.
Do you know what it takes to silence TV people?
No,
to
I
get
get
us
loud.
to
I get piercingly loud.
Wow.
Sorry. That was so cool.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Great.
Well done.
Thank you so much.
What are you doing for the next few days? You want to come to Vegas?
No, I'm busy. I'm busy.
Wait,
Where can people see you? Like, let's give a shout out to the Magic Lounge one more time.
You can come find us. We're doing old-fashioned magic every Wednesday for July, August, and September. You can see the Chicago Magic Lounge 7 days a week. Bars open to the public.
I've been there.
It's a great time.
Night.
Such a great experience.
Come out, come hang out with us.
And
come see some magic.
Earlier, we did a coin trick, and when I tell you my mind was blown just like this. I mean, you are
a testament to you that like you brought 2 different, like you're not just redoing the same trick over.
Yeah,
so you could go to the
yeah.
Magic Lounge multiple times.
Yeah,
see different shows.
And truly, you'll always see a different show.
Yeah.
You know, from who's on stage, it's a different combination every show. Who's in the close-up room, it's always different. Who's walking around at the tables. So we always say every time you go, it's a different show.
It is.
So.